Good morning to our honorable guest, Dr. Muhammad Fadil Shukri Ismail, Head Coordinator of Industrial Training Unit, Ms. Fahiza Nur Muhammad, Senior Assistant Registrar of Faculty of Agriculture, our speaker, Mr. Wong Piang, Director of System 7G Sendian Berhad, friends from System 7G Sendian Berhad, and all the respectable participants from UPM. I'm Jessica Chin, student of Bachelor Degree of Agricultural Science, UPM. I will be your moderator of today. On behalf of System 7G Sendian Berhad and committees of Permatani, we are pleased to welcome all of you to the Agricultural Career Prospect Series 1, System 7G Sendian Berhad. Before we proceed further this morning, may we invite Dr. Muhammad Fadil Shukri Ismail, Head of Coordinator of Industrial Training Unit, to deliver his opening speech. The floor is yours, Doctor.
Okay, sorry. Terima kasih saudara pengurusi majlis. So, I will do my speech in bahasa. Okay. Yang dihormati tetamu kita dari Sistem 7G Sendian Berhad, Mr. Wong Piang, penyelaras penelitian industri, pegawai-pegawai hairan pelajar Fakulti Pertanian dan pelajar-pelajar yang dikasihi sekian. Boleh dengar ya? Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera. So, segala pujian bagi Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala, Tuhan sekalian alam, yang telah mengizinkan kita untuk sama-sama berhimpun dalam program Agriculture Career Prospect 2021 ini. So, seperti yang pelajar sedia maklum, tujuan utama program ini adalah untuk mendekatkan dan memperkenalkan kepada pelajar-pelajar mengenai hala tuju ya, kejayaan graduan pertanian serta mendekatkan diri kita kepada syarikat-syarikat yang terlibat secara langsung dalam bidang pertanian. So di sini saya juga ingin mengambil peluang untuk merakamkan penghargaan kepada syarikat Sistem 7G Sendian Berhad kerana sudi meluangkan masa dan memberi penerangan kepada pelajar-pelajar kami. So daripada sini saya diharap pelajar dapat idea baru, ilmu dan hala tuju yang lebih terang yang boleh memberi manfaat pada masa yang akan datang. Alright, tanpa melengah masa lagi, saya ingin menjemputlah wakil syarikat Sistem 7G memberi pembentangan mengenai syarikat beliau. Sekian, terima kasih ya.
Thank you very much, Dr. Fadil, for such a wonderful opening. For your information, System 7G Sendian Berhad is a non-government organization that provides education on democracy and election that specialize on agriculture and social economics. Today, it's our honor to have this great opportunity to invite Mr. Wong Piang, the Director of System 7G Sendian Berhad, to give us a talk about their company that will help us to explore our career path in the agricultural field. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's pass the floor to our speaker, Director of System 7G Sendian Berhad, Mr. Wong Piang. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Jessie. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Good. Good morning, everybody, and thank you for taking the time to attend this session and give us the opportunity to present about our company. First of all, let me share the screen. Can everybody see the PowerPoint?
Yes, Mr. Wong.
Yeah, let me proceed. So the name of our company operating this farm is called System 7G Sendian Berhad. 7G is quite special. It stands for 7 generations, meaning 200 years. So we are designing a farm under agroforestry for a design period of 200 years. It is a social economy project with 2 prongs. For the general is about food security and poverty alleviation. For the youth, which is an area of particular interest to me, is about providing financial education, entrepreneurship training, and the opportunity to own a house and a piece of land. We know that today's generation have very big challenges owning a house. And in fact, most people have to spend nearly 30 years to buy a house. We think that is not a very healthy situation So we are creating a much cheaper alternative whereby the young people can work on the land, build their own house, and derive income from the house to pay for the land. And this can be done within a very much shorter period. So generally, we have 7 topics to talk about: our background, a location, the system, how to improve productivity, ecotourism, some more details that you can refer to later if you have the interest, and conclusion. Now, by way of background, my name is P.Y. Wong. Just call me P.Y. will do. I am a retired civil engineer contractor. Since year 2000, I was involved in NGO and in agriculture. I founded an NGO, Tindak Malaysia, which specialized on education, on democracy, and electoral reform. That is a very dry subject for most of you young people. I took up farming in 2013 and bought a piece of land this year to implement agroforestry and to develop a social economic program. This land is in Perak. The district is called Batang Padang. This name is not so commonly known. Actually, the town is Tapa. We are right at the edge of Batang Padang, just before a small town called Taman Seri Kampa. But Kampa is more well known than Tapa, so we call our farm Greenleaf at Kampa. The size of the land is 31 hectares. It is big enough to accommodate about 1,000 houses. So Sistem 7G is the farm operator. You can see here, the layout of the land is roughly rectangular in shape, and we are right next to a forest reserve. So we have very clean environment without much pollution. And on our right or the east is a river known as Sungai Belanga. Sungai Belanga is very interesting because on this Sungai, there are 11 waterfalls. And altogether, we have 12 waterfalls beside this land. So actually, we suspect there are more than that because we have not finished exploring the whole river. It is an old oil palm plantation, quite steep, ranging from 60 meters to 240 meters. And we have split the land into 13 portions for phase construction. Our first phase is called MR1. MR stands for Main Ridge. By its name, it suggests you it is the top of the land, which have a nice long strip running east to west. And that's where our phase 1 activity for the agroforestry will start. For phase 2, we will move north to the green patch above MR1, to the north of MR1, that is called SR1. It's a secondary ridge. And here you can see clearer how the MR1 and the secondary ridge relates to each other. And up beyond that, we have a lot of subdivisions where we will develop later. And this is a drone view of our land. On the right is our neighbor. They are planting Busang King. In the middle is Sungai Belanga. And on the left is our land. And the MR1 is what you see there as the east-west corridor. And around the east side of MR1 will be where we will put up all our buildings. We have planned for a few individual lots, our office building, our staff quarters, and our store. And in the center, we plan to have a very large pond, which will collect water from the waterfall. That will provide for irrigation and drought. Now we come to our system. Basically, we are implementing an agroforestry system. We are converting the existing oil palm to an agroforestry system. In the process, we will remove about 80% of the palm trees. And this is how an agroforestry system looks. It is a multi-story construction where you have a very broad diversity of plants ranging from vegetables all the way to timber trees like the mahogany, acacia, or eucalyptus. These are the different configurations that you can see in a typical agroforestry. It has a lot of different species. In a typical agroforestry, you may have up to 50 agroforestry plants. We can do more, but we will have harvesting problem. So we try to limit it for practicality. And these are different patterns that you can design for your agroforestry system. And we are trying to try out a new idea of increasing the productivity of agroforestry with mechanical systems, because the income of every person who participates will depend on his or her productivity. And that productivity can be increased by a big factor using machines. And these are the list of machines we have, about 15 different types. You have an excavator, a tractor. So you young people, if you're interested to learn how to operate this, we will let you try your hands on them. In fact, recently we have some interns from USM Penang. We have a few girls who are operating the excavator and the tractor, and they were very, very happy. We are having a bulldozer. Again, it is available for you to learn. We have also a compost turner. Our plan is to chip the timber on site and convert it to fertilizer. We have a multi-ridge planter. This will speed up our productivity to plant sweet potatoes, ginger, and crops that require ridges. And this is a multi-seed planter. Of course, what you're looking at is a very ancient model. Ours is a very much newer model than that. And this is what we have from Australia to improve the hydration of the soil and the fertility of the soil. Because our focus is on improving the soil through natural processes. So effectively, we are talking about organic farming. This is our truck, a 4-wheel drive, which is very important for our site, which is all earth. This is a concrete mixer, which you can use to mix our soil with our compost. These are the wood chipper we have. This is a 40 horsepower diesel engine wood chipper. And this is one driven by a PTO, by the tractor. And this is one using the petrol engine, a small scale wood chipper, more for chipping of grass. This one here, we bought specially to harvest our grass, because our fertilization comes from planting grass and decomposing of grass to produce the fertilizer. This is our 4-wheel drive, our Phantom Pro. This is a drone. Our RTK, this is a survey instrument we use to mark out all our planting and to identify our features. And one other item which we just got is an ATV, a 4-wheel drive all-terrain vehicle, which the youngsters love to drive. But we don't encourage them to drive too fast because our site is very steep. And one area that we see possibilities is ecotourism. And I will show you. This is our first waterfall. We call waterfall 1. It's about 54 meters high. So that was a very brief introduction to waterfall 1. We have another bigger waterfall which is 60 meters high, and all along we have waterfalls ranging from 10 to 20 meters. Those are the major size of the waterfall. So the two big waterfalls are the 54 meters and the 60 meters. And if you are interested in more details, please visit this link here, http://bit.ly/greenleaf01 intro. Just click on it and you can see more details on the type of people that we are looking for to join us. And in conclusion, we invite you to join us if you're looking for a sanctuary, you're looking for opportunity, you're looking for a social enterprise to train as an entrepreneur. And one area that we put a lot of emphasis on is that we need to understand how the financial system works so that we know how to protect ourselves. Today, many young people are not exposed to financial education and they get into a lot of trouble with poor financial management. And if you wish to contact me, you can see my number down there. You can contact me by WhatsApp or Telegram, 012-214-9322, or you can email me at pywong07@gmail.com. So basically, that is the end of my presentation. Thank you. Over to you,
Alright.
Chrissy, Jessie.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. P.Y. Wong. Okay, it is very, very interesting and indeed it's very eye-widening. Okay, so before we proceed to another session, there are a few questions from the floor and I believe Mr. P.Y. can help us to solve it. So the first question is from Ms. Noor Hazira. Okay, her question is, Sir, can students apply internship with a company?
Yes, welcome.
So is there, what is the procedure to apply internship with the company?
Just WhatsApp me your biodata and we will take it from there. Did you receive my answer? Just
Yes.
WhatsApp me your biodata and I will take it from there.
All right. So anyone that's interested to applying internship with Mr. PY company, you can just WhatsApp Mr. PY number. Later, our technical team will put it in the chat box. So just WhatsApp him your number with your biodata. Is it, sir?
Yes. I think we will take up to 10 interns.
All right. Thank you, sir. So is there any intake cycle for internship?
Sorry?
Intake cycle. For example, you take in internship during January, September, or?
No, we all year round we'll take.
All right. Okay. Thank you, sir. So there's another question from the same person, Nur Hazira. So her question is, what is the benefit of having internship with Sistem 7G Sedia Berhad?
Well, you are exposed to a very wide range of experience, which I don't think you'll find out anywhere else.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Wong. So, is that answer your question, Ms. Noor Hazira? Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Wong and Noor Hazira. So, sir, I personally is quite interested in your company. I saw there's many machinery used in the company. So is it 100% organic in the company?
Yes, organic.
All right. Okay. Thank you, sir. So did you train your workers regarding the organic method, planting method, or anything?
At present, we are busy preparing the infrastructure. Our slope is very steep. ranging from 60 meters to 240 meters. So it's a very, very steep site. And we have been spending many months preparing the access road and the platform. So we have not really started planting yet. We will only start planting once we have completed the platform and we are satisfied with what we have. But we want to start it right.
All right, thank you, sir. So, sir, can I ask what is the major crop in this company planting right now?
The initial, our main focus for vegetables will be ginger, which is the bentong ginger, which we have a bit of experience with. And the long-term fruit trees will be Musang King durian, but we plant everything. We are going to have nangka, mango, avocado, everything that we can process, because one of our primary interests is to be able to process, dehydrate the produce for longer shelf life and to reduce transportation costs. So the main vulnerability of most farmers is the short shelf life of the produce. And to be able to protect ourselves from that, we have to process and dehydrate the produce so that it can last longer. Of course, at the same time, it reduce our transportation costs.
All right, thank you, sir, for answering my question. So, I have another question in my PM. Okay, so someone asked, is this a research-based company or it's like a field-based company?
We are more towards practicality and to teach people how to think critically. This is one of the weakness I find with a lot of young people today. They lack a critical thinking. So we want to challenge them on that and also to expose them to financial literacy. Because at the end of the day, if you have a lot of money but don't know how to manage it, you end up still being poor.
All right, understand, sir. Okay. So, sir, is there any extension program you are working on right now, currently, the company?
We are talking also to some other companies who are doing this IoT project, government GLC, and they also want, there are few trainees there who wants to join us to implement their IoT. Plus, one area that we are very focused on is on geographical information system, where we have a few specialists because of our work with electoral system, and also using Google Earth Pro, which is what I use mainly for our design. All our farm is designed using Google Earth Pro. So with GIS and Google Earth Pro, we can do most of our design. Therefore, people who come in will be taught how to use such programs if they are interested, because not everybody find it interesting, because it's quite challenging and quite difficult to learn, especially the GIS.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Wong. Okay, so I have another question from Floor. Is from Gu Chiawei. He asks, do the company provide accommodation and allowance for the intern?
Yes, we will provide both accommodation and allowance, a nominal allowance to meet your food requirements.
All right, so how is the working environment right there? Because I noticed it's at Kampar. Kampar is quite a small town, so is that the accessibility is good or anything, sir?
You come here to learn, not to enjoy.
All right, sir, no problem. So Guchawai, take note of that. So if you're interested at IoT or anything, you can just try to apply with Mr. Wong, right? So I have another question from Hazira. He asked, sir, I tried Googling System 7G Sdn Bhd in the Google, but I couldn't find the details. Could you perhaps share with us where do we get the info from the company?
You have the link on for more details. Can I show you the link again? 1 second. Can you see the link?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please copy that down. You can find more details regarding the requirements on the project. Where System 7G is concerned, we are not somebody who promote ourselves very much. We prefer to let the results do the talking.
All right. So Hazira, just go to the link given in the PPT. So you just get the information, right? So is there any more question from the floor? All right. I suppose there's no more question from the floor. If
Can I
so,
just add something, Jesse? Any one of you interested more information, please just send me a WhatsApp or a Telegram, and I'll be happy to explain more.
all right, sir. No problem. So, okay, I personally have a question because I'm
So
soon
this is
having
how
my.
you can contact me. Okay, carry on, Jesse. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry for the interruption, sir. So, I'm going to have my internship soon. So, sir, is there any requirement or like any I should equip myself before entering the company?
Come with the right attitude.
Is the attitude that's all? How about like my background, my study background or anything?
I'm only interested in your attitude. Your heart in the right place. You're willing to learn. I'm happy to take it in. I don't care whether you have good results or not.
All right. So is the company providing short training or short internship, like just for 12 weeks or 4 weeks, something like that?
For that, it will be ad hoc. You just come and follow us around. That's all we can do. Because if it's very short, we don't have time to train you properly to pick up the thing. Because each module generally to really master it take a few months.
All right. Okay. So I suppose Mr. PY company have trained a lot of professional people. So any of you, if you are interested in working for Century or like social enterprise, please do not hesitate to WhatsApp Mr. PY. His number is 012-214-9322. Or you can also email him. His email is pywong07@alliancegmail.com, right?
Yes, don't call me because my site sometimes the Wi-Fi not so good.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. PY. So do not call Mr. PY, okay? Just WhatsApp him. Okay. So is there any more to add on, Mr. PY?
No, that's all. Thank you very much for your time. I hope I can welcome you soon.
Oh, okay. No problem, Mr. PY. So thank you. Thank you, Mr. PY, for the interesting sharing and briefing about your company. Okay, System 7G Sdn Bhd. Once again, thank you. And thank you for the question from the floor. Right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, due to the constraint of time, we apologize for not sharing more details of this company. And those questions that you guys haven't been answering or haven't been asked, you can just WhatsApp Mr. PY or just email his email pywong07@alliancegmail.com. Right, the details are given in the chat box below. Right, back to our topic. I suppose our participants have been paying close attention throughout the whole session, right? So now it's time for our quiz session. Okay, all the students and attendees on the Zoom are welcome to join, right? We are giving our prizes to our top 3 winners only. So please go to Kahoot on your phone and key in 304-3336. Okay, our technical team will share the code in a while. So please go to Kahoot and key in the code 304-3336. All right. Siapa yang share? So Hafizul, are you ready to share the quiz? Hafizul, are you there?
Sorry, I have problem to share my screen. Can you give me 5 minutes? Thank you.
All right, so we will take a break 5 minutes and come back at 10:40. All right, 10:40, come back to the Zoom. We will have a break right now. Thank you, everyone.